Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So I went way over time in the last video, but it was a good video, and I deeply resent the enemies of God for causing me to go way over time and making it so I had to explain it again. But I left off explaining how the Jews are not chosen because of the pattern of figurative speech, making it crystal clear that they superimpose the idea of a bunch of people who keep doing the wrong thing, who are going to be magically redeemed one day or something, no matter what they do, apparently, according to them, right? On a group of people that was always doing the right thing, that is actually chosen, right? And not a race of people, a group of martial artists. Whenever one of them falls off, they're out of there, done, okay? Not a group of people that keeps doing the wrong thing. And it's a long story why that is, but if you think in terms of what is universally fair the first time, you understand that the first time. It is impossible to interpret the Bible logically without first thinking in terms of universal justice and interpreting within the boundaries of righteousness and justice, as it says you should do in Psalm 89, by saying God's throne, the foundation of it, is built on righteousness and justice, right? The foundation is righteousness and justice, and that you should interpret it within the boundaries of righteousness and justice, as that's where the measuring line and plume line are, according to Isaiah 28:17. Okay. So, John 16:25. Though I have been speaking figuratively, a time is coming when I will no longer use this kind of language, but will tell you plainly about my Father. Then Jesus' disciples said, "Now you are speaking clearly and without figures of speech. Now we can see that you know all things and that you do not even need to have anyone ask you questions. This makes us believe that you come from God." So, what did they say? They said, now, after all this time, right? It's in John chapter 16. Chapter 16. It says, now that you're speaking plainly after speaking figuratively the whole time, we see that you know what you're talking about, and we believe that you come from God, and so on and so forth. So now what he says next is very important. Even though it's a little bit off topic, it's very important. I thought I'd point this out here. Do you now believe? Jesus replied, a time is coming, and in fact has come, when you will be scattered, each to your own home. You will leave me all alone. Yet I am not alone, for my Father is with me. I've told you these things, so in me you will have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. So what is he saying here? They first said, hey, we believe that you come from God now, right? That makes us believe you come from God. He said, do you believe? Because if you believed, you would behave a certain way. Now, what is the way that he's saying that they're supposed to behave? That they would rally to the King of Kings and stay rallied, right? So they're there right there, right? They're rallying to him, but they're not rallying to him because they're not really in the spirit of submission to God. He says you're going to be scattered because you don't really have faith. You're just kind of curious about what's going on, like the masses of people in church just playing some kind of sissy, Scrabble, bingo, old white person game. And I'm not saying that because their race is white per se, except for where it overlaps with them clinging on to Roman culture and cultures that are outside the divine order, which is all right cultures. Okay. He's saying that you do not actually believe because you're not living and dying for God, which has to do with the works that come from faith. When you have faith, you live it. When you have faith, you live it. You do the right thing. You try to be perfect to the best of your ability. That is the result of having faith. You people do not have faith, or you would be obeying God through me. And if you're seeing this after my flesh has died, yes, my physical body has died, that is. I'm not saying flesh in terms of spiritually speaking. When I say after my flesh has died, I'm talking about my physical body. I will never betray God. My spirit will always be in God. If you're hearing this after that, the people alive right now, right at this moment, other than me, don't really have faith. Except for maybe my parents. They have faith in being a fucking bitch, not in serving God. Just because I said in a very serious way doesn't mean that I'm magically evil. I'm not. It is infuriating to see such cowardice, see these people act like complete pussies. It is a fucking disgrace. And I deeply resent them for it.